What is good, people? This is your boy Jay. Right now, I am currently sitting in the presidential, and we're going to be removing this column shift here, and we're going to be converting the column shift to this right here. Now, I want to tell you that our good brother Sammy Mack, aka Sammy Hack, on YouTube, and I will tag him in the video in here. He actually showed us how to do this conversion here, and for this is 2005 to 2011. Now, according to Sammy, you do not need to remove, the transmission cable. You can actually bring it over. You can actually move it. You can actually put the cable into to the shifter here. Like I said, it'll just barely fit in here, but we can actually use the cable here from off this and put it down here. We don't have to take out this cable here. So without further ado, we're gonna start. First thing we gotta do is we gotta pop this cover off right here. We gotta get this cover off. So let's start by getting this cover off right here. Let's find some tools and we can go ahead and start by taking this cover off here. All right, guys, you remove the cover off. The bottom is 3 bolts here. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna use a 5. Get this thing to focus. All right, guys, you're gonna use a 5.5 socket here. You're going to remove these 3 5.5 screws here. Now you can pop the cover off here up the top. All right, now let's see if we can lower this column here, because we're going to be removing all of this stuff here. All this stuff has to come out. This is the overdrive button here. These 2 white wires here, this is the overdrive button. And we're going to cut this here, and we're going to remove this overdrive button here. We're going to use this to run this down to this overdrive button. We'll do that later. But first thing is first, let's try getting off this shifter here. Sammy did say we'd have to remove this pin right here. We got to knock this pin out of here in order to get this shifter loose here to knock the pin out. So I believe we got to hit it from the bottom here to get the pin loose. That right there. We have to knock this loose here to get this out of here. Then we'll start removing all this other stuff here to get here. There, we can get down here to this right here. That's what we're trying to get right here. If I get a hand on it, see if I get my finger close to it. This is what we're trying to get to right here. That right there. We want to pop this out right there. We want to get all this stuff off here, and we want to pop this right here right out so that we can remove pull it out, and we can reroute this over here so I can remove all this stuff so we can reroute there. All right, let's try and get this pin here out so we can pop that pin out there right quick. All right, guys, I took a Torx bit here and removed this shifter here and cut it so we can have the white wires connected here. So this is for our overdrive off button here. Then these wires here are for the overdrive off button here. These 2 white wires. We're gonna run these and run some cable up. I'm gonna splice them and run them into this here for our overdrive off button here. All right. So what I did was just took the column shift piece here out of here And next thing I did, I was removed the what's the name here? You can take this off by hand. Then we had to get in here and pop this piece out right here. Okay, it's the cable floor shift. I mean the column shift cable. Now, try and removing it out of here and pulling it down here. See if I can get it pulled down to the floor here, okay? Because it's connected to a whole bunch of stuff up here. You want to be careful though. You don't want to bend this cable. So let's try and get this cable out of here. See, we got it down. Let's try to get it and see if we can get it over to this here, so we can get it into here. This is where we want it at. We want to get it to this little spot right here. That's where we want to run it at, to right here. All right, let's see if we can get it out and get it to that spot. All right, guys, I ended up doing something different here, guys. I ended up switching out the cable because it kind of pulled the shift linkage out a little bit. So what I did, guys, I took the cable here. I removed the cable here for I can get it to work, guys. So here's the old transmission cable, the short one. Sammy Mac said you could use it, but I decided to go ahead and swap out the cable myself and put the brand new floor shifter cable in because it's much longer. I just felt a little bit more safer with using the floor shift cable than I did with using the other cable. Now we just got to pull this grommet here in place here. This grommet here has to be pulled all the way in. Yeah, guys, I end up taking that cable out and removing that cable and doing it myself. I couldn't punch this piece out for some reason. I don't know why I couldn't get this piece to come out. So now all I got left now is to rewire the overdrive off button here and wire all of this stuff down here. Now I do have the transmission with the cable working here. Put the car in brake, park. I went ahead and switched out my cable, put the floor shift cable in here. Car's in park now, as you see. In reverse. And now the car's in reverse. You see the camera works. And we can move it. Yeah, we can move the car now. You see it's in reverse, guys. And now, like I said, I put the floor shift cable in because it's got the piece that actually locks this piece in place here. It locks this in place here, right under there. So now I just got to put all of this, wire all of this here up, wire the lighting and everything up, and we took all that out. So you do know we do have a fully functional floor shifter, guys. I did it myself. As you can see, the car is in park here, and I wanted to make sure that the cable piece here was put in place. I went ahead and just switched out the cable. Now, Sammy Mac said you can use the floor shift, the column shift cable. I had already ordered the floor shift cable, so I went ahead and used the floor shift cable because it was much longer and it's much better. So I feel compelled to use the cable that actually fits the floor shifter, guys. So now I'm gonna go ahead and wire all this stuff up, wire the overdrive off button and everything here, so we can get the overdrive off button here to work, so you can see it on there. But as you can see, guys, it works. I actually did this myself. I didn't have to pay anybody to do it. And there you see, there is the old column shift cable that I removed. Here, it's the column shift cable, guys. I went ahead and removed the column shift cable. That's it right there. And put that floor shift cable in myself. I wanted to go ahead and do it my way, but thanks to Sammy Mac. But I went ahead and did it my way, so I can put the floor shift cable in, and it's already connected to the transmission. I'll show you what I did up under here. I just pretty much, see that linkage right there? That's your linkage right there. I got that hooked up there, pull that off there, and ran it all the way through the where the column shift adjust this cable here. You can actually adjust the column shift cable to, you know, or you can move it. Well, Sammy ended up moving his a little closer, so because from the original spot, it is kind of short coming from the original spot. So guys, I end up just pulling the floor shift cable in, so make my job a lot easier. Now I just have to pull this grommet all the way through. Pull this grommet through. Now the downside to this, as Sammy says, make sure you don't bump this thing out of gear. That's the only downside to this. But other than that, you guys see that I got it in. I got it working. And that's pretty much it, guys. So, pull this cable somewhere over. Some more. Yeah, the floor shift cable, you didn't have to, I used my floor shift cable, guys. I just wanted to go ahead and use the floor shift cable. I just felt comfortable with using the floor shift cable. So, now that I got this thing working, I'm gonna put it back together, wire everything up, put it back together, get all this stuff here working so we could illuminate everything, and we'll get right to it, guys. All right, guys, I went on ahead and wired the overdrive off button here. I cut the wire from the button here, and we're gonna splice it over to this wire harness over to this side. And now, when I hit the button here, the overdrive off. You see the OD off is on. I hit that button, the overdrive off button. Overdrive off button is active now. So we got the overdrive off button active. Now we're gonna wire cut the stuff here and start splicing this stuff here so that we can get this working. And I'm gonna change this out to put an LED in here so we can get that working. But as you can see, now we got the overdrive off button active. So yeah, we got that working, guys. Now it's time to start cutting and splicing this stuff here and wiring it into here so we can get all this other stuff working, like the lights and everything. So stay tuned, guys. I got more to do.